This is Gokarna. This is the paradise we drove 500 kilometers for. But getting into paradise in a brand new electric car, well, that was a different story altogether. In part 1, we didn't just drive to Gokarna. We conquered the ghat route that everyone told us to avoid. We pushed the limits of the car's range, but just when we thought we were winning, the car's brand new tech betrayed us. The ADAS completely failed. If you missed the drama, you have to see it to believe it. The link to part 1 is right there in the description. Go watch it and then come back. In this video, we'll show you how we resolved the charging problem. We'll take you through the temples and stunning beaches of Gokarna, and then we begin the long drive home on the fast highway, where I'll share the experience, cost, and charging time for every single charge of this trip. Stick around till very end because I will be revealing the final total cost for this entire 1200 kilometers adventure. Right down to the last rupee, the final number will shock you.
Good morning from the beautiful mangrove eco state in Gokarna. What a place. But before we explore, it's time for an EV owner's morning ritual on a trip, checking the battery. We have woken up to 80% charge left. Yesterday we have covered around 500 kilometers. You guys might be thinking yesterday when we reached the stay, we had more battery percentage left. But yeah, yesterday night we did drive to a nearby beach that is called Gokarna Main Beach. It's around 9 kilometers from our stay. So, totally around 20 kilometers we drove. It was completely dark, and maybe because of the off season there were no crowd, no lights. We had our dinner and we came back. The first plan now is going to Honnavar, which is 1 hour 50 minutes from this stay. If you remember, we got our second point charging in Honnavar. It's nearby there. We will go there. We have backwaters there with coconut. Scenery is really good. We have boating there. We'll go explore that place. We'll see what all is there. Maybe if beach is there, we can visit there. If not, just the boating. Meanwhile, I will also think of putting my car for charging over there. Same with Geo BP, because Gokarna doesn't have any DC fast charger or AC charger. And I just checked with our stay and they don't have a 15A socket so that I can put for overnight charging. So we go to Honnavar, we'll explore the place, we'll have fun. Meanwhile, we'll get our car charged as well and then come back to Gokarna, explore a few beaches like Paradise, Om Beach, Kudle Beach, and from there we'll take it. Our hard luck continues today as well. We had been to Honnavar boating, but due to monsoon, or I'm not sure what exactly the reason is, it was closed and it would be open only after 15 days from now. So now we are in Echo Beach, Honnavar. As usual, they have fenced here so people can't go to the beach because there's high tide and it's monsoon. But beach vibe still is on. So after this, we'll have lunch somewhere. We'll get the car charged, go back to Gokarna, and maybe go to Kudle or Om Beach from there. Stay tuned. We reached back to Saga Hotel. We have 65% battery left. We have covered 57 kilometers today. So let's get the car charged and then have lunch. Our charging is completed. We have charged the car for 97% right now with Geo BP. 60 kilowatt charger, but there's other car, so we got around 28 kilowatts to 30 kilowatts. So estimated range is 522 and 97% charged. We are now heading towards Gokarna, Kudle Beach, most probably Sunset Cafe. Pure nature. The roads are empty. Trust me, this beast is born to conquer the roads. Be it any mode, it is very easy to overtake any vehicles. Even in any kind of curves, handles it very well. It sticks onto the road.
We have reached Kudle Beach. There's a small distance that we have to walk.
The view is stunning. It's not crowded like Goa. The only problem here is it's not clean. Not sure if it's because off season, but whatever season it is, they have to keep the nature clean, beach clean. But the view is really good. It's really stunning. It's time for sunset, and we are finding for a shack to sit. And my friend recommended that sunset shack is really good. So just trying to find that right now. But
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Slightly Madness. Yesterday night, we reached back to the stay very late. We had lots of fun at the beach. We were there till late night. It was so peace and we had fun. It was great. So now it's time to head to the famous Mahabaleshwar temple. Navigating these narrow streets is where a silent, smooth EV feels amazing. No noise, no vibration. It's just so peaceful. We are starting to the temple now and we have charge of 80% left. We have covered 127 kilometers yesterday. We are done with the temple visit. We prayed and we came back. To recap what all we have done till now, we conquered the ghats, we explored Gokarna, and now it's time to go back home. Previously, we took the risky scenic route. Today, it's all about speed and efficiency. We are taking the main NH66 and NH48 via Davangere. It's a longer route, about 500 kilometers, but it promises better roads and more chargers. Let's see how the BE6 handles this fast lane. So, as planned, we have reached the charging station. It's near Rani Bennur, near Davangere. We have reached here with 27% battery left. We have driven around 211 kilometers.
car is getting charged. One sad part is the hotel, which is over here, is closed. So the main reason we decided to charge the car here was because of the hotel, so that we can have lunch at the same time. But unfortunately, it is already closed. Car is getting charged. I'm getting 60 kilowatts complete power. That's a good thing, but there's no lunch. So what we have decided right now is to get the car charged a bit, maybe 30 to 40 minutes, and after that we'll proceed to Davangere, where we will have our lunch. And Davangere is famous for benne dose, so we'll have that. So from there we'll proceed to Chitradurga, where we have Xeon's 120 kilowatts fast charger. So we'll get the car charged completely over there. One more thing, I just wanted to let you all know that once you go in like rain or mudded place, the car gets too dirty. If you guys can see here, it becomes too dirty. Maintenance is tough in this car because there are too many rod design.
So we reached Guru Prasad Veg, and here's the charger. It's a 120 watts fast charger. We have here with 29% battery left. Let's get this charged. We are done having tea, got refreshed. The car is still charging. It's Xeon's 120 kilowatts charger. So as of now, it's charged to 59% in 14 minutes. Once I'm home, we can calculate the kilometers driven, the experience, which all roads we hit, amount we have spent for charging, and is it worth. We can calculate everything, and I'll share experience on each of the charging station, Geo, Xeon, etc. So yeah, Audi's so tired. Just want to go home and take a nice nap. But it was refreshing. Gokarna was really good. It was worth spending time there. Got the car charged for 90%. In 35 minutes, we got 61%. Total kilometers driven till now is 320 for today. Overall should be 952 kilometers. We reached home. We have covered 511 kilometers today, and overall we have covered 1142 kilometers, 23 years of complete driving. So let's go back home and calculate everything. So, after 1145 kilometers, after conquering the Ghats, exploring the beaches of Gokarna, and blasting down the highway, we are home. The big question is, after all that, what's the final verdict? On the trip, on the charging, and mostly on this car, the Mahindra BE6. Let's break it all down. First, the trip itself, it was absolutely incredible. The drive through the Western Ghats was breathtaking. The car was just silent, letting us enjoy the nature, the rain, the entire vibe. As a machine for munching miles and making memories, the experience was 8 out of 10. It was smooth, comfortable, and a joy to drive. Now, let's talk about the B6 itself. The pros, there are many. This feels like a proper solid SUV. The power is instant and always available, which made overtaking on those single lane highways effortless and safe. In the guard section, the handling was phenomenal because the battery is in the floor. The center of gravity is low, so it just sticks to the road with minimal body roll. It's comfortable, spacious, and an absolute beast on highway. But it wasn't perfect. As you saw in part 1, we had an issue. The ADAS control on the right side of the steering wheel just stopped working. For a brand new car, that's definitely a concern and something I'll be getting checked out. It's a reminder that with all this new tech, there can be hiccups. It didn't ruin the trip, but it's a con. I have to mention to be completely honest with you all. All right, now for the most requested part, the charging. How was the experience? What did it cost? And how long did it take? Let's go through it charge by charge. Initial pre-trip charge. Before any big trip, you want to start with a full battery. I did some slow charging at home overnight, but to really get it topped up fast before hitting the highway, I visited a public fast charger, Shell. We added about 50 kilowatt hour of energy, which cost around 1303. This got us to 95%, and I topped up the last 5% slowly at home. Our first stop was 120 kilowatt Relux charger, and honestly, this was a low point. The power kept cutting out, and the app wouldn't let me restart the session remotely. I had to physically unplug and restart it multiple times. We eventually got the car charge we needed, but it was frustrating experience and a reminder that not all charging networks are created equal. Our next two charges on day 1 and day 2 was at Geo BP station, and the experience was so much better. The chargers worked flawlessly, gave decent speeds even though another car was charging.
and were just reliable. This is what you want from a public charger. Our fourth stop was another Geo BP on the way back to Bangalore, and we got great speeds. But this is a perfect example of real world EV life. The restaurant next to the charger was closed, so we decided to cut the session short after just 20 minutes and head to Davangere for world famous benne dosa and charge the car there instead. You plan your drives around food. Our final charging stop was 120 kilowatt Xeon charger, and it was brilliant. We added over 50 kilowatt hour of energy in just 35 minutes. It was fast, efficient, and a perfect final charge to get us home comfortably. Speaking of which, we reached home with 55% battery left, plenty of juice to spare. So, after all that, let's put the final number on the screen, the big reveal. There it is, just under 5,500 rupees to drive over 1,100 kilometers. That is phenomenal. But let's talk about efficiency. My car's display shows an average of 6.5 kilometers per kilowatt hour, which sounds amazing. But if we do the real world math, total kilometers driven divided by the total energy we actually paid for from the wall, we get 5.19 kilometers per kilowatt hour. This is the real efficiency number. And honestly, for a big SUV with the AC on almost the whole time through cities, highways, and ghats, getting over 5 kilometer per kilowatt hour is seriously impressive. So, is the range on this 79 kilowatt hour battery good? Yes, it's fantastic. I never had true range anxiety, only charging station anxiety, worrying if the next charger would work. And the final mind blowing number, a petrol SUV of this size would have cost over 10,000 rupees for the same trip. We saved almost 4,600. The car literally paid for half of our trip's food and stay expenses. So, the final verdict on the Mahindra BE6 as long distance touring machine, despite the one electronic hiccup, the car is an absolute triumph. It's comfortable, powerful, efficient, and the big battery gives you the confidence not just to do a road trip, but to have an adventure. Is an EV road trip for everyone? It requires a bit of planning. Yes, but it is worth it. Absolutely, the savings are real, the drive is better, and the experiences is unforgettable. Thank you so much for joining me on this epic journey. If you have found this breakdown helpful, please smash the like button and subscribe to my channel, Slightly Madness, for more real world EV content. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below, and I'll answer every single one. Until the next adventure, stay charged.